Hey guys, so after my last video I talked about how I did the Gelish nails from Sally's, and I had so many requests to show you guys how I did that and do a review on them and what have you. So I did. Now, a few things I want to say before I do the video. It's a little, not blurry, but the quality isn't the best. My camera isn't the greatest when I get really close, so keep that in mind. It's really just so I can show you the techniques of how I do it. And that being said, this is how I do it. I am not a nail tech. I have not been trained. I haven't taken a class on this. The only information that I know on gel nails really is from my coworker who taught me how to do it. So you're gonna need a UV lamp and you're gonna need some kind of polish. In this case, it's the Gelish that they sell at Sally's. And they have their own system. Now, I didn't buy the system from Sally's. You can get a kit. It comes with your prep stuff, your top coat, your base coat, your kind of ending ingredients, all different kinds of things like that. You can buy a little individual nail dryer. You can buy your each individual color. Just go check out your Sally's. There's a big pamphlet with all the colors and it tells you how to do it, all of that. Now for me, what I have been using mainly is C&D, which is similar, but it's their shellac version. Just a different company, and I have their top and base coat, which these are pretty expensive. These cost me around $15 at the beauty supply store. So instead of buying the Gelish top and base coat, I just tried the C&D to see if that would work, and it does. It works the exact same for me, but you would obviously want to get all of the same line, which unless you're a hairstylist or a hydro cosmetology license, the only way you could get it, unless you found it on eBay or something, would be getting the Gelish from Sally's. And then they have all different kinds of colors. Now, taking these off, which I didn't talk about in the video, you soak them in pure acetone, which you can also get at Sally's. What I do is I take a little bowl, I fill it with a little bit of marbles, couple inches of, or an inch or so of the pure acetone, and then I soak my fingers in it. And what the marbles do is they help break up the polish, and it'll start to basically crackle off. It does take at least 5 minutes normally for me, especially if I have a darker color on, to get it to break up. The gel nails last me about 5 days to a week. My hands are in water all the time and I'm constantly picking at my fingers. Now, I know people who say it can last up to 3 weeks. So, but normally average, I would say 10 days to 2 weeks. And it's awesome that it's now available at Sally's for just, the regular consumer to try. It does take a little bit of getting used to, and it does take a longer process than just painting your nails, because you have to do a thin coat, stick it under the UV lamp over and over and over, but they're immediately dry. You don't have to wait, a half an hour for your nails to dry, and they last you so much longer. So that's a bonus. Here's mine when they're done. This is Elegant Wish from the Gelish, and it's just kind of like a darkish reddish brown color. It does have some sparkle in it, which is, it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, I think that's all I need to tell you now. And then I go through like all the steps that I do in the video. So hopefully that's enough information. I'm sure I'm going to forget something, but watch the video. If you have any other questions after watching it, let me know, and thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is prep my nails. This is from the Gelish from Sally's, and it's the Nail Surface Cleanse. So in this system, the cleanse works both as like the obviously the cleansing step before you do your nails, and then the very last step to remove the sticky finish. So on a cotton pad, just going to take a little bit of this. And each system has their own version of this, of the prep step and then the final step. But this is the Gelish one that I'm using from Sally's. So I just run that all over my nails, and I've already filed my nails too, by the way. And I didn't nip my cuticles or anything like that. That's all, stuff you can do if you want. Now I'm going to take my base, and I'm using from C&D the base and top coat, because this is the one that I have at home. The Gelish system makes their own base and top coat. They sell a set at Sally's, like I said, with everything in it. So that would obviously be probably the best thing to use. I didn't want to buy those since I already had these. So this is what I'm using. So this is the base coat. Now, what you want to do is really make sure you wipe off the excess polish. If you get it too thick, your nails, after you put them under the UV light, will end up looking very kind of rigid and just really sloppy. So, and I can't zoom in anymore because then it gets blurry. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'll do a couple nails here. But I start in the middle and just do one stroke down on each side. If you have a little bit of extra product still, make sure you wipe that off. And then you want to make sure that you get the very tip of your nail. So this way. So I do the same thing on each nail. And I know I already said it, but the key is really thin layers, as thin as possible. And then my thumb. You want to get all the way to the edges as well, because if you don't get it all the way to the edge, the polish will have nothing to adhere to and it'll peel up easier. All right, so now once you have all of your nails with the base coat, you're gonna put it under the dryer. And this is a dryer that I bought from the beauty supply store. They have miniature dryers at Sally's, which I think actually would be better. They're only, you'll have to see, they're only like 2 inches, 3 inches wide, and it looks like you would just put your fingertips there. Now this one has a setting where you can do 90 seconds or 120 seconds. I do my base coat for about 60 seconds, so I just kind of eyeball it. And then once the base coat is done, after 60 seconds, I'll start with the polish. And also you want to make sure you turn your thumbnail so it's facing up. It's natural just to rest your hand and then your nail will turn to the side. Make sure you turn that thumb so that it's being completely cured by the UV lamp. Okay, so now I'm going to do the polish, and I am using, this is Elegant Wish from the Gelish, and it's just kind of a brownish red. Now same thing like you do on the base coat, you really want to apply a thin layer of this polish, getting all the way to the tips, or I guess the edges of your nail bed, and then once again doing the tips of the nail, like so. And some of these polishes you do have to do 3 coats. Some of them you only have to do 2. I've never found one that you only have to do 1 coat. Especially like your lighter pinks and those kind of colors, you really do need the 3 coats. Otherwise they look a bit transparent. Trying to get my thumb here. Okay, so then once you have 1 layer of your polish on, you're going to put it back under the dryer, or under the UV lamp. And I do this for about 90 seconds, 60 seconds to 90 seconds. So I'm just going to stick my hand back under here and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, so I let my first application of the color set under the UV lamp, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to apply another really thin layer of the polish. Same thing, getting the outer edges. I'm going to do this to my entire hand and stick my hand back under the UV lamp for another 60 to 90 seconds. Okay, so I just did my second layer of color and then I put it under the dryer. I'm just gonna stick with 2. I'm not gonna do 3 this time, just for time's sake. But you could definitely, same thing, another thin layer under the UV lamp for the same amount of time. Now I'm gonna do my top coat, and I'm using the C&D top coat, UV top coat, but obviously you would use the Gelish one. Same thing, like with everything else, really wipe off the brush. You don't wanna have a lot of product. Cover your whole nail and the tips. The process as far as applying the color is the same for each step. Really thin layers, getting the tips. Now, okay, so now I'm gonna stick my hand in the nail dryer, and I stick it under for about 120 seconds, so about 2 minutes. Okay, so once you've let your top coat set for about 120 seconds, or maybe even, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes or so, take the same solution that you use to cleanse your nail. This also takes off the sticky. Now, if you would touch your nail now, they would feel sticky, kind of like wet polish. So then you apply this solution onto the cotton ball, and you just rub it over each finger really well, and this removes any of that sticky residue, which I don't know what that sticky residue is as far as the name of the, ingredient. All right, so once you've done that, you can go ahead and touch them, and they are completely dry. So there we go, this is them. I know it's a little fuzzy. I'll try to take a better picture so you can see, but I just wanted to show you like the application technique. So yeah, here it is. If you have any questions, let me know, and thanks for watching. Bye.